Hello and welcome to this week's Water Report with me, Carel. Hello and welcome back to this week's Water Report, where we discuss anything and everything regarding Newcastle's water reticulation and water quality. Might I also add, we talk about the air quality in Newcastle, as well as a hot topic for this week, the Newcastle and surrounding sewage system. I have some very interesting and scary statistics I'll be bringing to you a bit later. Anyway, let's kick off with our headlines. Quickly, an update. If you haven't seen last week's report, it didn't come from our offices here at 38 Victoria Road. We were actually on site at 7 Baxter Street, where a massive leak has been plaguing that street for quite some time, with a hell of a lot of water running down the street there and watering the field grass right next to it. To update, just before this report, we took a drive there. Unfortunately, it's not been resolved, as unfortunately we also suspected it would be. We are going to be following up with the municipality. Thank you for the community member concerned about that who checked with us on our Facebook page. We are not just going to leave it, but unfortunately that's the only feedback we have for now. Anyway, carrying on Thursday the 16th of April. Hey, that was my birthday. We are going straight to Sunny Ridge. There was a burst pipe in Gypsum Road. Officially, according to the municipality, only Gypsum Road should have been affected, but according to reports received from the community in the surrounding areas, they were also sitting with water issues, so they were also affected. Carrying on, also on Thursday the 16th, there was an article published about a sewage problem plaguing Hutton Heights specifically. And I'll stop here for a moment because it's interesting. When I saw the picture in this article, I knew exactly where it was. And my mind went straight back to a site that I was on not too long ago for a water treatment plant at a site with a borehole there in Impala Road. And when I opened that filter, I could immediately smell the sewage. I informed the client, said there's definitely a sewage problem somewhere and it's contaminating your groundwater. I'm 100% sure of it. And sure enough, after this report, I did manage to get hold of her, and I went back to site. I took a sample, I sent it into the lab, and we'll be sharing that report. I'm dead sure there's sewage in that groundwater there, but we want just to have it on paper documented that is in fact the case. But you see, the sewage problem in Newcastle is definitely contaminating the ground and also the groundwater, and if there's a water leak in your area, it might also be seeping into your water pipes. So it is, it's scary. But I have to also add, I was at a SSPN meeting on Saturday where they had a talk discussing largely the water situation for Newcastle and surrounding, but they had a lot of focus on the sewage system, which is basically at a place of collapse currently. As I understood the talk, the good news is that the sewage plant itself is working properly. It can treat the sewage getting there, but the massive fall is where the sewage is just not getting to the plant. So all the sewage that's supposed to be going through the sewage pipe network to the plant is broken somewhere and everywhere, and that is just running into our natural water sources, running into our grounds and contaminating everything around it. Newcastle received a non-compliant 30% green drop score with everything taken into account, which is, wow, it is very, very scary. So we're sitting at 30% of 100%, 70% lost somewhere. That if we're going for a 33% pass rate, we've actually failed it completely, even though 33% wouldn't have been much better, but I am running into no direction there. Carrying on Saturday, a community member reported that there were two visible water leaks a few hundred meters from each other. The one was in 2 Mangaan Street and the other one at 14 Chromite. and we received confirmation that both of these was resolved during the course of Sunday and Monday. Also, there was a report that came in after this was recompiled. The 21st of April, there was a burst pipe at Allen Street, close to the Shell garage there. I actually had a member of the community phone me on my cell phone and asked if I knew anything about water shedding, because we did mention also Zweni is receiving, or the Newcastle East rather, is receiving water shedding as per schedule that we sent out in our previous reports. That was not water shedding for Newcastle West or the town. That was the water leak that needed to be repaired. They said it would take about 4 to 6 hours. It looked like it took closer to 6 hours. Yeah, luckily that has been resolved. And then carrying on, the dam levels are slightly down, but still hovering at 77.9%. And then the air quality for Newcastle is the average was sitting at approximately 13.6 micrograms per cube, but there was a spike on Sunday of 22.3, and interestingly enough, I'm just checking, our air purifier in the office is sitting at 22 currently. It spiked up to about 70 quickly. Not sure what it picked up there, but it is sitting at about 22, 24 now, so there is something in the air. What it is, we're not sure. We're not that far ahead of the game yet, but we're trying to. Anyway, what INTEGRIPURE has been busy with, I've been quite busy servicing larger filtration plants, servicing one for a shopping center out of town, and also 2 car dealers, and that's where I want to focus on. We have large plants for car dealers, and mostly this is borehole water, which is now slightly hard, in one case actually very hard water, and this leaves spots on the cars as soon as they are washed. I've had it with a car wash also. We were looking at where the mineral deposits in the water is leaving spots on the cars, so that's something we can resolve if you have a car wash or have this issue. We can resolve that for you with our expertise. But yeah, that's what I've been busy with larger plants, sorting that out. If you need some healthy drinking water, always remember 38 Victoria Road, right here. The Water Filtration Experts are selling water per litre from the shop here, the water shop, the healthiest water shop in South Africa. I'm convinced of it, but my opinion is biased. Take it from where it comes from, but I really feel we're focusing on healthy water here. So if you're looking for healthy water per litre, you'll find it right here. But that's enough selling for now. That's me, Carel Boshoff. Enjoy the next week, and we'll see you. Stay safe.